Hello, happy Monday, welcome to weekly vlog 80. I am in bed this morning, it's 9:30, I've been up about an hour, and for the first time I woke up chilly. You know, when that proper autumn mornings where you wake up and you're a bit nippy and you think, oh, looking forward to my dressing gown and some nice socks today. That's the vibe I'm kind of feeling today, which is good. Today is an indoor day for me. I have got a food shop coming today. We've got Sainsbury's order, which worked out actually cheaper than Tesco, but that's mainly because I wasn't ordering a shit ton of drinks like Lucasades and all that, because that in itself is like 10-15 quid nowadays. But yeah, so we've got a food shop coming today. This week is going to be a week of making comforting food. I have bought supplies to do lots of homemade soup. I've only done homemade soup once before, it did not come out the greatest, but I'm more hopeful this time. I might invest in a stick emulsion blender on an adventure to town this week, but obviously I like also chunky soup, so yeah, so I like vegetable soup with all the veg chopped up nice in it. One of them, which is quite, you know, it's not the smoothest, it's like a, but it does need blending, hence why I'm thinking I need a blender, is broccoli and cheddar. And then also I have loads of like baked potato soup saved, so I've bought like sour cream and creme fraiche and creamy things to add to it to make like really cozy, basically bacon and potato soup. Yeah, I've got loads of veg coming, like sweet potatoes, parsnips, carrots, normal potatoes obviously, and yeah, I have got some more big jacket potatoes coming, a pile of bits and pieces for dinner, so that will be very nice today. Not sure if you're able to hear it or not, but we there's been high vises popping about, so we do have balcony people happening today. It is Monday, so we are cracking on with that. The sooner it's done, the sooner it's finished, the sooner all these works are done. So yeah, so I couldn't move, you know, about and, you know, find the best place to chill out today. I have got to do a form, so I've got to do like a bit of adulting for Ryan, bits and pieces, which is never my favourite thing to do because it feels like you're having to list someone's faults. It's not very fun to do, and yeah, when you write everything down that is so normal and day to day for you, but to the average person what's normal, you know, and what isn't normal is, you know, a horrible thing to have to do. So I don't enjoy doing these kind of forms, but evil necessaries. So I've got to get that filled out today and then sort out the bits of paperwork that I needed to go with it, and then get that posted tomorrow because it needs to be with them by Thursday. But thankfully for every form, since I did student finance forms back in the day and they lost them, everything is sent next day, recorded delivery, so I have proof that I sent it on this date and it arrived at their building on this date and was signed for by this person. So yeah, it worked in my favour always to send everything recorded next day delivery with a signature. It costs like £10, but it's worth every penny to save anxiety and worry. So yeah, so although that's not the most fun, it's worth it. Yeah, Rye is having a nice chill day today because obviously we had a busy weekend. We had the Steam Fair Saturday, and then he went out to a model show yesterday. So yeah, so 2 days of people in, so he's going to have a bit of a bubble today. That is sounding like that's going up right near my window. Hey ho. But yeah, And for now, this morning, I'm chilling watching some YouTube and I'm crocheting. I started a new project. I started my raglan jumper and I've made it with a collar, which is really cool. This has taken a lot. I had to cut big chunks of it out because I fucked it up, and this wool does not pull apart. But yeah, I'm using the Metallico one called Moss Agate, and it's just really freaking pretty. So yeah, and it's super soft. It does have an element of wool in it, 9% wool. So it's soft and lovely. But yeah, so I'm working on basically a jumper today. Just because I want something that is super soft to work with, so it's nice and soft to hold. It progresses quickly, but yeah. We'll say today is the day I've just got to ignore the door unless it's like obviously someone knocking for like food delivery, because it is high winds today, so it's quite stormy out there. But yeah, I'm having a proper indoor fuzzy moment. Obviously at the moment I'm chilling under my duvet, but a bit later I'll have my big fuzzy jacket on, and yeah, we are gonna crack on with bits. But it is very chill and background. You know, I've got to do biggies. I hate forms. They make my anxiety so bad. I think that's why I've got this horrible stress rash going around my body. So, and yeah, these works don't help, but once they're done, they can all sort off. The irony is I'm going to get my garden back as it's all dying back. So yeah, that's fun. That's really fun. That's real fun. So, but yeah, but for now I'm going to sit and chill, crochet, watch YouTube. I've got sewing and someone who's doing all the things. They said crafty fall vlog, and I'm like, that's what I need. 40 minutes of someone doing all the wholesome things. So yeah, but yeah, so it's a very easy day today, but it's just, you know, one of these things. So yeah, so I'll catch up with you people probably a wee bit later so we can update. But yeah, so far I've got my thing. I have a neck and I'm on row where are we? 1, 2, 3. I'm on row 4, so see how it's grown when I next catch up with you. But yeah, this is my, obviously it's gonna go more like that because that's the realism of a collar. But yeah, that's my jumper, and that's, yeah, the start of my Monday, which isn't bad. So I'll catch up with you beautiful folks a wee bit later. Bye. Good evening, you lovely folks. I have not done anything I was meant to today. I haven't done my form. I'm going to take it to my mum's. I've been full on procrastinating. So yeah, what I've been procrastinating on. This is going to fold down. It sticks up when it shouldn't. But yeah, this is what I've been procrastinating on. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So slightly cocked up again on it, but I'm not going to talk through it on here. It's going to be on the crochet video. But yeah, so been in a slightly weird mood today. Can't explain it, just a bit. Not quite. Yeah, it's a bit odd. I don't think I'm feeling the grandest, to be entirely honest. Obviously I know I'm tired from Saturday, but I just feel a bit ropey, you know what I mean? You just know you're not feeling grand. I'm feeling ropey and not grand right now, so yeah, I think that's why I've been very procrastination-y and haven't done my form. Thankfully I can do it tomorrow. I'll go sit at my mum's dining table and do it. And then, yeah. Oh god, why are you doing that? And then, yeah, pop to town, go get it posted. And then it's done. And also I need to go get some of the paperwork photocopied, so I'll do that as well at the same time. And then post it. So yeah. popped to the library to do that. I did renew my library books today online because they need renewing. They were due back and I have not finished them, so yeah, did that. One of my winter coats that I ordered on Vinted arrived. It doesn't fit. The frustration in having broad shoulders is so annoying. It's the second coat I bought this year that doesn't fit because of my shoulders. So yeah, I've decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to making a coat. I only got rid of my purple one that I made before. It's beautiful. It swirled out, it was high-low, it had most lovely sort of lapels at the front and Art Nouveau style buttons, you know, Genko leaf lining. It was everything I'd want in a coat, you know. Loved it. And yeah, honestly, it would have, for me to, where having rapidly lost weight, for it to fit me again, I would have had to take the whole thing apart, completely rework it and do it again, and it just wasn't worth doing for that amount of work. It was, yeah, not gonna work. I'd made a coat before that as well. That was like a toggle coat that I made, that I like pattern hacked to Pirates of the Caribbean pattern and made it like sort of, what I wanted was a frock coat, but pirate, basically a Jack Sparrow coat. That's what I wanted, and that's pretty much what I made myself, but with toggles. And then before that, I think did I make or have one that would tie around the waist, sort of felt a bit like a dressing gown. So yeah, so I have made a couple of coats in my life, and yeah, funnily enough, they have all fit beautifully because I'm broad-shouldered. So but the biggest trouble I've had on all of them has been fitting the arms because of my shoulders. So getting the arm hole to sit right on the right edge of your shoulder is a real skill. So yeah, I get to do it all again. I have bought the coating fabric. It's perfection. The fabric is so good. The pattern, ironically, I've got to wait for the pattern to come out. I found a pattern, I love it. It's a birder pattern, but it's apparently not released yet, so I've got to wait for it to come out, which is annoying, but worth it. Yeah, I would just move to the side. Here is a picture of the fabric, just because I can't be asked to try and make my camera focus on it. But yeah, it's the most beautiful rainbow check. Susie from Sewing Bee made a coat out of it, and I fell in love with it, and then found it, and I was like, oh. But this was like earlier in the year. I didn't get any because I wasn't planning on needing a coat anytime soon back then. And then of course, now I want to make a coat. It's really hard to get hold of. It's a nightmare. So I managed to find 3 meters of it on eBay, £18 a metre. Coating is expensive, by the way. My purple stuff, I found a really good deal for it. It was like boiled wool. It was like Cadbury purple. It was amazing, but I found a deal for it. But even then, it was still 60 quid. So yeah, so this one is a lot more expensive. Thankfully, my sister is selling some stuff on Vinted for me, so between that and then selling these coats that don't fit, I'll be able to make my money back to then make my new coat, basically. So yeah, so I got 3 meters of that at £18. As one person had 2 half meters, obviously you could buy how many lengths you wanted. I bought that at £18, and then some postage, that's £22 for another meter, so I've got 4 meters. But there is a site I found for a shop that has it, but you pay per half meter, and for a 4 meter it's £24. And I'm like, oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. So yeah, it's like half wool, half viscose or cotton, but yeah, it's a good mix of both. So it's got a really good warm quality to it, and obviously person from Zone B, who I will, I'll put the video in here if I can, or a picture. It is amazing, and they made a coat, a skirt, and a hat out of it. It's so good. But yeah, so I fell in love with the idea of a long rainbow check coat earlier in the year. Now it's got to chilly season. I really do need a coat. I have my pink and purple and orange check one from Sainsbury's. I got them minted last year. And that's amazing. And I have obviously denim jackets and other stuff. But when you just have a vision in your head of wanting, I had to get rid of so many coats, and having to get rid of my homemade one really did break my heart. Yeah, I want a nice coat again. So yeah, and obviously making things a lot more again. I don't mind doing a coat, because last time I was kind of someone else. I was making it between all the bits and pieces, doing stuff for someone else, and yeah, I pushed myself and I made a coat in a week, which is insane and exhausting, by the way. I mean, I made the bulk of it in 2 days, and then spent a day and a half, 2 days fussing with the shoulders, and then made the line in. So yeah, and it only took, I had to put a day for the line in because I'd sewn it together, but you have to hand sew in line in to make sure it doesn't it sits at the right thing, or you have to hem it so then it just hangs loose and it doesn't pull the bottom of the coat up. It's quite technical making a coat. So yeah, it's a thing. But now I'm waiting on my second coat to arrive from Vinted, because I bought two for under including postage, 35 quid, and the M&S coats, and they're both wool. And the black one with the fur I bought is beautiful. It's wool and cashmere, and it's long line. It's beautiful, but yeah, it's a whole inch off on the both sides of my shoulders. It's quite tight on my upper arm, so yeah, it's just not savable. So, but if I can sell it and make the whole £12 back, that or more, my sister's a bit of a whiz at Vinted, would be great. So yeah, I'm just hoping the other one I've got coming will be a better fit, and I can at least have that one. It is a red duffel coat. It is the same size. It is an 18 from M&S, but again, it's a duffel coat, so it's a different cut. So I'm hoping that one might be a bit more forgiving for broad shoulders, but again, if not, it will just get resold and pay for the fabric. But it would be nice to have that one, because I want like a woodland elf, I want my autumnal fairy vibes, and that one would be amazing for autumnal fairy vibes. So yeah, so that's kind of the aim. But yeah, I've been a bit just today. Can he complain? I can't really explain why, but also I've got nothing major to complain about. It's just feeling a bit, not even heavily run down, just a bit off. So yeah, but at least I'm able to verbalise and say, hey, I'm feeling off. Food shopping came fine. They said they substituted hot dog buns with other ones, and then didn't. But also, yeah, so I didn't fancy chasing up for a whole pound. It wasn't worth it for me. And had a bit of fuck it, chuck it in the big freezer. Ice creams right from the beginning of summer. They'll be a bit, chalk ices and that, they get a bit cotton woolly, and yeah, old ice cream is not the one. So I kept a handful of the nice ones and got rid of the ones that were very freezer burnt or just would be gross. I didn't realise there was a couple of bits out of date in there. So yeah, so I got rid of them. I made some real good space in there for bits and pieces. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I have a stick blender coming because I sent my mum the link and some money so I could borrow her Amazon Prime. I have an emulsion blender coming, a stick blender. And yeah, we're gonna make soup tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, so I've got all the makings of to do, yeah, 3 types of soup. I'm gonna do broccoli and cheddar, baked potato soup, like potato and bacon soup basically, and then vegetable soup with some like Mediterranean pasta because I have teeny tiny pasta. It's either teeny tiny pasta or I have the tiny stars. I might put the tiny stars in it. So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna make some sort of DIY minestrone, but not quite tomatoes in it because I'm not keen on big chunks of tomatoes. But yeah, no, so that's the aim. So all that stuff came in the food shopping today. So yeah, gonna make a whole load of healthy food that I can have them frozen and prepped. So then all I've got to do is defrost it. And then I've got healthy lunches and bits. And I love soup. We've already discussed this. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to pop out tomorrow to go to my mum's, just for like an hour or so, go fill out this form, as well as drop this coat off at my sister's, and then yeah, go photocopy the paperwork, and then go post the form. So that's my kind of mission tomorrow, and then I'm gonna get home, and I think I'm gonna make the broccoli one because it will be the quickest to make. Make some broccoli and cheddar soup, and have that for dinner. And yeah, I'm going to be really kind to myself this week coming up because yeah, I feel just if I push anything too hard I can feel myself getting unwell, or just mentally a bit on edge. I think I had some really nice dreams, and then I had some not nice dreams last night. I can feel myself getting emotional. They're playing on my mind a lot more than I realised. So yeah, I think that's what's the major contribution to my weird mood today is, and also my shoulder is screamingly sore. It was sore from Saturday, so crocheting has not helped, but crocheting has stopped me crying today. So yeah, but no, and also this thing going tits up multiple times has been irritating. At the moment I'm hoping I'll be able to just get it to the stage of being a waistcoat, or not waistcoat, pullover jumper, or like a pullover t-shirt. I'm not too sure because the shoulders right now are getting further down, but they're not quite at, you know, t-shirt stage. I do still have several rows to go because I need to make it long enough. Because again, my broad shoulders. These times you get frustrated with bits, and yeah, no, being broad shouldered and big busted is not my favourite combination in the world, but what can I do? Because one of them is my bones and the other one is like the hardest body fat in the world to lose. So yeah, but not fun. Not even feeling particularly hungry tonight. I haven't eaten much today, but yeah. But on that fine note, I will catch up with you beautiful people later. I'll try and make myself eat something for dinner, but Ryan's gonna have some nice fish cakes. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit and crochet, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Hello, happy Wednesday. Yes, there was no Tuesday. Can you not tell by the state of me? There was a reason why there was no Tuesday. I got hideous form anxiety. Like basically I woke up, got dressed, went to my mum's, had a mild panic. She gave me a hug and made me a hot chocolate, and then we worked through all the things I needed to do. And then we worked through it, and then we got it photocopied and posted and done. And then she bought me a massive bar of chocolate, so well done. And made me dinner at her house because I was out and about in. We'd already pre-organised his bits, so yeah. But I was just a mess, if I'm entirely honest. God, my hair it doesn't want a hair today. My hair wants to go forward, it wants to unicorn, it wants to do that. So, just gonna have to deal with it. Not listening, alright? I am going to sit quietly crochet today. I've been today on, what are we, September the 17th. I put the heating on for the first time because it's cold. I am not feeling the grandest and I need to dry washing. And I have no access to my balcony to, although it's not the warmest, to actually leave stuff to dry out in the air. So yeah, because they've started on the balcony works, and they've blocked the door off, so it means I've got no access to the balcony because they could be knocking it down and they're rebuilding it by the looks of it. But yeah, they're having a couple of days break apparently. They're starting back up tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Yay. I got a text about that at silly o'clock this morning. But yeah, so really looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm not having a day, I'm not having a week. It's Wednesday and just this week is not. I fucked up this crochet thing when I started. It's taken me till literally like a row ago to fix it. It was too wide, it wobbles in places. It's just, yeah, we're getting there though. Yeah, but I've just been in a funk. I haven't been doing washing. Just, yeah, I've just been a bit of a mess really, but presenting a bit more polished than I was. But this is real me this week. Is feeling not quite run down, wrung out, overwhelmed, tired. I'm just fucking done. I'm just done with this month, and it seems stupid, but yeah, I'm in that kind of mentality. I'm sick to death of seeing stuff for the fact it's, you know, National Suicide Month. I'm sick to death of that. All these forms and bits I'm having to organise and coordinate of, I mean, yeah, I've still got a bloody rash going around my body from stress. It's doing my head in, and I'll just, yeah, sick to death of just being a bit wrung out and just not, you know, but I can't do anything, you know, to stop. I have to keep going. I have to keep doing all the daily extras. Stressful having to write down all the extras I have to do, and this was minimal. I didn't go into extra pages. I was like, I am not going into fine detail on this form because they're going to probably arrange another thing afterwards, so what's the point? I'm going to have to explain it all anyways. So yeah, so I gave enough detail, which was enough and hard work enough, to be fair. So, but yeah, just not the most great week. I will say my body is appreciating having the heating on. I've chucked it on at 22 so I can blast dry some clothes. Raya had no trousers this morning, so we had to kind of Febreze some to recycle a pair. So yeah, so that's what I've got drying on the radiators now. Once I'm done chatting with you, I'm gonna go put a wash load in of like t-shirts and bits that can dry on an airer, and the warm air will dry them. Yeah, it's just a lot, but yeah, I've got, as much as I'd love to go curl up in bed today and not, and just hide and nap, I can't. I've got to do stuff. Yeah, so here I am doing stuff. I am gonna do some homemade soup tonight because I want homemade soup so bad. And yeah, so I'm gonna do some homemade soup tonight. I think I'm gonna do the broccoli and cheddar one because it's the easiest, and then it makes space in my fridge because the 2 heads of broccoli that are in there will get used up, and most of the bag of cheese, and then it means I can do stuff like roast sweet potatoes and normal potatoes, scoop out the innards, chuck them in a box, put them in the fridge, and then I've got the makings of the baked potato soup, and I'm going to do sweet potato and red pepper soup as well, so I can roast that at the same time as the sweet potatoes. So yeah, so I think today what I'm going to do, and then when I do the other stuff like the veg soup, I'm going to use my little chopper and chop the veg that way, because it just makes more sense to do it that way. So yeah, so thinking doing that today. I mean, I might use the chopper to chop up all the broccoli in that as well, just because it would be smaller. And then also, I mean, it's all going to get blitzed anyway. My borrow my mum's Amazon Prime, she got me my stick blender that arrived yesterday. It literally arrived like 10 minutes before I got home, so I have that, so I get to use that today. And yeah, so I'm going to make some soup, which shouldn't take any more than half an hour, because it's just a case of frying off onions and a little bit of veg, boiling up stock, cooking broccoli, stirring in cheese, blitzing it, and then adding a bit of, you know, creamy bits, because I've got both creme fraiche and sour cream, to stir in to give it a creamy element, and then eat it with some bread. So that's kind of the plan for today. So yeah, I can do that. Also, I've got to wash up a pile of bowls, because obviously I need bowls for soup. But yeah, and then because I made loads of spaces the other day, I can freeze the soup as well, which would be nice. I've got these little like portion things that are like silicone, you pop out the portions. I got them from Aldi way earlier in the year, for bits like mash and things, but I'm going to use them for soup. So yeah, so I'll be able to freeze portions of soup, pop it out, just makes it easier to store to then defrost and eat as lunches or dinners. And then yeah, I can just make it, you know, a whole load of that. And also, when I was telling my mum about all the soups I'm going to make, she was like, they sound so good. It's like, cool, well, I'll make you some, you can have some soup. Because she's got a microwave. I'm like, you can just microwave it to, you know, defrost and cook it, you know, make yourself easy lunch. So I'm going to do that. So yeah, so that's kind of today's mission is crochet. Just want to sit and crochet today. I've done the green top, I've done the red band, and I'm only going to do one ball of green. So yeah, so just working our way through. I might attach the little leftover from before to see if I can get a second row out of this, but I don't really think I will, but you never know. Yeah, I will then move on to the next colour, which is going to be orange and brown, and then there'll be another stripe of green, and then if I need to do another colour, I do have various shades, like 2 or 3 shades of green in one ball, and then it will be last row of metallic green is what it will be. So yeah, so it's like it's gonna be like basically a sweater vest with slightly more capped shoulders than ending straight, which is fine. My coat fabric I ordered has been dispatched, so I've got my coat fabric coming, which is cool. The only frustration in that is I've got to wait for the damn pattern I want to be released. But what can I do? I'm just gonna have to wait. What else? Yeah, I ordered a tablet. It's a bit naughty of me, I know, but with now using more patterns for crochet, as well as wanting to do stuff like some tapestry crochet where you've got to have the grids and cross it off as you go, and I want to be able to sketch and design my stuff as well, and get like ideas before I start them would be nice. By looking at the walls and then drawing it out would be really nice, I think. So yeah, my phone's just a bit too small for doing all that stuff. And yeah, it would just be a nice way to be able to have a good resource. So yeah, and having paid off my sofa, there is extra money, you know, kicking around in my budget now, which is nice. And then in a month or so, I have even more money kicking around because my laptop will be paid off. And this tablet it's a Samsung Galaxy 9 Plus, so it's 11 inches wide screen. It's a bigger one. Yeah, it was 189 quid, and I can do it on 3 months, 0 interest, so it's 65 quid a month for starting next month. And yeah, basically I'm considering it my big Christmas present to myself, but I'm getting it early because number one, I want to pay it off, number two, it will be, as I was saying to my mum, I'm like, I was considering waiting for Christmas, and she went, why? I was like, that's kind of what I thought too, because I have got all the crocheting to do before Christmas, and I'm like, it would be really useful for those things to have it as a resource. And I was going over the bits, and she's like, it just makes sense. And I was also like, I was like, also at the age of 36, it's my first ever tablet. I've never had one before. I've never had a Kindle, I've never had a tablet, you know. So yeah, so I mean, God, it wasn't all that many years ago I finally got internet on my phone. I have been very slow in the world of technology, so yeah. It's just how I roll. It's just, yeah, I wait till all the bugs are fixed in things and it's cheaper, and you know, I get things as and when I need to use them, not because everyone has them kind of mentality. So I just get it when it's useful for me. So yeah, that's kind of how I've been doing it. So yeah, so I've got that coming in the next week, which is cool. So yeah, and my mum, bless her, treated me to a case on her Amazon, so she's got me a nice case. So yeah, so that's arriving today. So I have the case before I got the tablet, which actually works out really well. And when Ryan wanted to use the drawing app he's got on his tablet, we bought a pile of different types of pencils from Temu, and he tested a whole load of them out, and yeah, so he's got a pile of different types of drawing bits. So I will sort of, yeah, I'll test out his rejects, because just because he didn't like them doesn't mean I won't like them. So yeah, so I will, yeah, test them out and see what ones I prefer, and then yeah, use that. I haven't ordered a glass for it because I need to see on these like drawing apps whether it's worth having a glass on top, or whether it needs like the screen for full-on contact. So yeah, but yeah, that's what's new with me. I'm just, yeah, I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit run down. I can feel myself hitting walls, more mental than physical, but I do feel myself physically just not. And yeah, it could be the beginnings of just bugs and stuff, you know, we're hitting that season. So, and I'm so used to working through and not stopping when I'm poorly, or getting to the beginnings of poorly, that yeah, I mean, I'll hear it in my voice, I sound tired and run down, but much as I'd like to just stop, I can't. I have to do bits. So yeah, so doing little bits today. I'm making myself a lovely dinner, which is minimal effort, and I've got all the bits to make my life easier, and I'm going to use them. And yeah, and I'm doing washing, but also minimal effort in the fact that I'm not really desperately trying to dry it without heating, or, you know, opening all the windows. I've just put the heating on and we are going with the easiest way. So yeah, but sorry about that, just long grizzle. But you know, sometimes you just need to just go, huh? I just needed to verbal diarrhea at you beautiful folks, and you're such wonderful listeners. You know, you're good at this. You've got wonderful listening ears, and I thoroughly appreciate you listening to me just talk shit sometimes, you know. But yeah, so I am gonna leave you beautiful people to it for now, but literally the rest of the day I'm gonna do some washing, and I will put some clips in a bit later of my soup, because yeah, sharing is caring. But yeah, so that's my aim today, is literally I'm going to try and get 1/2 wash loads of t-shirts and thin things to dry, so then I feel less hideously guilty for not doing things. Because yeah, the anxiety guilt is being a real jerk right now. So we're going to ease some of the guilt by doing some bits that aren't too bad, and then we're going to make ourselves a beautifully nutritious dinner, and we're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to do Ryan something he will enjoy when he gets in. So yeah, happy bellies all round. But yeah, for now I'm going to just crochet and chuck the odd wash load in while we're in daytime. And when I get a little boost of energy, I'll prep the soup, which is basically just running everything through the veggie chopper. So, but yeah, so I hope you're doing well. Let me know, are you one of these people, you have a certain time you put the heating on? Do you just roll with, I am cold, I need heating? I used to be really stringent and really strict on myself, and literally would do all the layers. Okay, I don't think I'm going to manage another round. That's what I've got. That's not quite enough, even with that extra. I used to be really strict on myself, but yeah, after breakdown and all the things, I've realised, you know what, I'm just punishing myself by making myself cold. And yeah, do you know what, by just putting the heating on as and when, or having certain days where it ticked along at a low temperature, so I wasn't freezing cold or having to wear gloves in the house. The world didn't end, and I still paid my gas bill, and I'm not in major debt. So yeah, the weird things your brain decides to pick and punish you over is insane. And I don't visit relatives' houses anymore just because they got heating on. Which is something I genuinely did, which sounds insane when you say it out loud, but yeah, it's amazing how your mindset and things can change when you gain different perspectives. So yeah, I'm gonna sit and enjoy being warm and toasty without having thousands of layers on today, and my body, I think, is gonna appreciate it. So yeah, there we go. I'm not too far off finishing this row and changing colours. So yeah, and I think before I change colours, I'm going to make myself a point of doing a wash load, because then I've got an hour while that wash load is going to crochet, and then I put it out, and then I can do another wash load. So yeah, so there we go. Gonna even give myself things to do as crochet, you know, goals. But on that fine note, I've only got like 4 or 5 stitches to go, so yeah, this was cutting it fine. I will catch up with you beautiful folks later, and yeah, I'll just share soup with you, and yeah, but no, it's a proper cozy PJs on chilling kind of day. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, so I'll catch up with you beautiful folks a bit later. Bye. I haven't shared much of the making process of it, but here is my homemade broccoli and cheddar soup, and then part baked baguette for my dinner. I've got my big bowl mug filled up. I have a whole saucepan of it, and it tastes delicious. So I'm looking forward to this for dinner, and I'm gonna freeze a whole load of portions. So I've got lazy dinners and lazy lunches. But yeah, gonna enjoy this while it's hot. So yeah, so I'll catch up with you beautiful folks tomorrow. Good morning, happy Thursday. I'm in comfy mode. You know, hiding in the world's biggest hood. We have got balcony works continuing on today. Yeah, got to just crack on with some house jobs today. I've got to do like the rubbish and recycle in the kitchen, just washing up and stuff like that. So yeah, just pleased with the amount I got done yesterday in getting all the washing and bits done, and the soup. Oh my god, the soup was so good. So yeah, so I've got it frozen, my little portion things. So yeah, so I don't know if I'll make another soup today. I might just prep one, so when I've got like the oven on, I think I might do like roasting all do all the roasting of potatoes and baking potatoes. Then I can bake the sweet potatoes and the normal jacket potatoes, so I can scoop out the flesh, the insides, and then probably freeze it, so then it's all prepped ready to go to do sweet potato soup. And I'll probably do the pepper at the same time, just so it's all in one box or bag, and then also do the jacket potatoes. And then I've still got the couple left over from the other day that I'll scoop out and then add that. So then I've got all the ingredients for it, and then I could just defrost and make it as and when I want. I think will be the most sensible way to do it. So yeah. And then I've only really got carrots left out of the veg once I've done that, which is not bad, you know. So I might just do some roast carrots for dinner. Or like the parsnips, chop them up and add them in a bag just in the freezer with all the other bits, so it's prepped. So yeah, so just going to be doing, I think, tidying the kitchen, getting rid of stuff, and food prep really. Riot is off to the RC boat club today. So he's off to do that because it's dry and it's decent weather, you know, it's not bad, so he's off to do that. Yeah, so my mission today is to get those couple of kitchen things done, and I will obviously do all like the baked potatoes and stuff at dinner time, and just prep them and freeze that. So but yeah, I am feeling tired and rough. It's just a given now. I planned to actually sleep in a bit today, but I could hear the clanging of the ladders at Hopper State, and then I got a phone call from the coordinator for all of this because the shed wasn't open, so I had to go down and open the shed. So yeah, but they're working on next door right now, and then they're going to be working on my balcony today. So yeah, it's going to be, I think, a headphone day, and once they're done working on the neighbour's balcony and then on to mine, which is obviously attached to my living room, I will be going down to my room and doing stuff there. So yeah, doing well on my knitted top, or not knitted, crocheted top. Worked on that yesterday, so that was really good. Got quite a bit done. So yeah, just yeah, it's been a very zigzag week, but we're getting there. One of those things, isn't it? Yeah, I will show you some bits and pieces of kitchen and probably bedroom walls when I sort that out later. I've got a shit ton of washing to put away in my room and stuff like that. So it sounds silly, it's worth me putting away all my summer stuff now, and then when I do clothing swap over in a couple of weeks, won't be long, it will just be easier to then take all the summer stuff out, take all the winter stuff out of the boxes, organise it on my bed, and then take the summer stuff out of the drawers and straight in the boxes. So yeah, so it's an easy swap. Also then when I do that, I could put, like, I've got a suitcase in my room, put the suitcase away and stuff like that. But I think for now, I'm going to get started. I'm going to go put the rubbish in the bin, because we have had a very full up bin. I've got to wait till rubbish day next week before I can get rid of my old bin, which is annoying. Or just add it to the collection of stuff for the dump. But either way, it's a pain in the bum. But yeah, so I'm going to go take the rubbish out. And there is a big bag of recycling, and there is a pile of cardboard. So yeah, if I get them done, I've already done some jobs. So, but yeah, see how far we get today. But yeah, I think it's gonna be one of these days. I do a job, I sit down. I do a job, I sit down. I do a job, I sit down. So we will see how many jobs I can do. But yeah, I have woken up pretty already wrung out and just fatiguey and sore, and my stomach is on post stress. So yeah, and that noise is really, really joyous. So love it. But yeah, no, it's not the most thrilling week, but we try. And to be fair, I'd rather have like this week as a crap week and then be able to have a cool week in like a couple when I go and do another drawn out with Ryan, his mate, as well as, you know, the weekend after that, which is Ryan's birthday weekend. I'll be going to my mum's. I'm actually going to stay over at my mum's. I'm going to help her decorate the dining room. I'm going to paint the ceiling and some furniture and do gallery walls. And yeah, we're going to have a real fun couple of days while Ryan's off doing camping with his friends for his birthday. So it's a fair trade. I know Ryan's safe doing things with people who are trusted and all the good stuff. And then I could go to my mum's, just pop back to see the birds and bits and pieces. So, but yeah. But for now, I'm going to go take the rubbish bag out and take the recycling bag out and tip it out into the box, because then I can bring the bag back up and it's ready to use again. It's quite useful having the recycling bag in the kitchen, but still. So yeah, so I'm going to go do 2 of my jobs for today. And then it's, yeah, rubbish, recycle, washing up, this in the bowl. We're realistic. Folding and putting away the clothes in my room. So I've got 4 jobs today. It's not the worst, but it's also not the end of the world if I don't do them. Although I probably am going to do washing up no matter what, or even just wash a bowl up because I want cereal. So yeah, so if I go do the rubbish and recycle now, I'll then go make some cereal. Because yeah, it's feeling like a Cocoa Pops kind of day. But yeah, hope you're all doing well, and I'll catch up with you beautiful folks a wee bit later. Hello, slightly different change of position, so ignore if you can hear Grit Showman in the background. Kids just put it on to watch. Happy evening, it's at 8:10. I did some house jobs and then chilled. God, my hair is going very anime today. Is it not? I did some crocheting on the jumpery thing, but I got bored. And it's like, it's been chunky wool, so my hand's been hurting, so yeah, I decided I fancied something small and a bit delicate. So I got out one of my Christmas bags, and I got out the Bon Ami wool, and I've been working on my sister's Christmas sock, of which she sparked the whole idea of socks back in April. So yeah, so it's got a solid bottom and yeah, decorative bit on top, and it's going to be decorative the ankle upwards as well, so that's going to be the heel. But yeah, not bad for an afternoon's worth of work, is making a Christmas present. But yeah, no, it's been a very chill day. We have had, obviously, people doing balcony work. They have demolished basically they, like, I don't know if it's drilled, cut a line across the sheds. I'm going to chat crochet while we chat, and I popped out and I asked, you know, just to ask, are you like taking it apart to the line, then doing it back up? And yeah, and I had a look, and they're doing that all while the floor bit and the roof is like suspended, so there's big like supports that go inside the shed. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So they've been doing the neighbours today, and I have a feeling they're moving across to us tomorrow. But thankfully it is Friday, and if they are working on my one tomorrow, I might be hibernating in my room. If they're still working on the neighbours, I can hide in here, basically. I'm planning to basically have a weekend of just potting along doing housework and bits and bats, really. I don't really want to be going out. I'm trying to be sensible and not spend money where I have to. She says, having spent money today. I bought money for my bought money if only. I bought fabric for my coat. I got the lining. I got some stabilizer used for the edges and the pockets and everything. And then I also got a contrast colour for the collar, just the inside of the jacket, like the front lapel bits and the inside of the pockets. And I also bought a pattern today for it. It is not the one I thought it would be. It's not that birder one. I thought, oh, let's have a mooch on Etsy, because obviously there's lots of lovely small business owners on there. I know there's lots of like AI generated patterns if you sew, but it is, you know, you are able to pick out who's human and who's AI with a little bit of research and just, you know, obvious things, you know. If it's the same person in a drawing and there's no, you know, anyone who's tried it, or this is where the reviews help. Just putting their name in Instagram, seeing if they have an Instagram, seeing other people that have made bits, you know, you get to go through and you get quite good at picking out what's real and what's been just computer generated with no actual thought of how something goes together. So yeah, so let me just do this stitch and I will show you what I got. Actually, I can show you the fabric, because I had a bit of my fabric arrive today. So yeah, let's just connect this row up. But yeah, I'm now working on the ankle bit of the sock. So just going up for the ankle length. So it starts like just above the heel of a sock. It goes up for however high you want your sock to be, is the bit I am now working on. But I will say this wool is beautiful. So yeah, very happy with this, and there's a lot of it, and I'm already this far into one sock. So yeah, the deal was if I bought it I got leftovers, so I get leftovers for maybe making some other socks. But yeah, this is my coat fabric. It's not the best because it's a bit dark in my living room, but you get an idea of the vibe. This is what we're going for on the outside. It is, it's not a thick wool, thankfully. It's very flowy and drapey, which is nice, because the other one was very thick. So yeah, this is a great layer coat. So I've got that. Also, here is my tablet case, in case you're interested. It's more purple in real life, but Again, I look very blue right now because I have one end of my living room lit, one end not. I've been prone to headaches recently and I'm really trying to prevent my brain from being migrainey. So I make it quite dark in here. But yeah, let me show you. This is the sewing pattern. I'm just going to do bits on my phone. I have picked because I love the picks, like the stepped bit here. There's the same detail in the pocket and at the collar. I love the slight historicalness to it with the middle buttons, and there's one at the top there. Oh, that's my... There we go. So I'll just show you. See the details. It's really nice. It's long. I love it open. And yeah, you know when something just feels very you. So yeah, and that's going to be the lining fabric, which is like Constellation. So yeah, so I'm going to go with that as lining fabric. Oh, there's the fabric more in daylight. So yeah, so it is, sorry, the change of lights and all that. So yeah, so it is really cool. I'm really pleased with it. So yeah, so I ordered fabric today. I also ordered some really nice Art Nouveau type canvas mix fabric to use. I've got a pattern for a frog bag I want to make. I thought an Art Nouveau frog would be very fun, as well as I've got a really fun crossbody bag I want to make. So yeah, that will be fun. And also here we go, I fell victim to a Taylor Swift pre-order again. The album's not even out. No, this is my second pre-order. My defense, it's orange, it's sparkly, you know. I'm gonna be the proud owner of a Taylor Swift cardigan. It's so pretty. It worked out. Decent price. 65 quid for a cardigan and a CD. I kind of needed it. So yeah, that one on the, we'll pay it back later because, which we don't want to talk about, but yeah. So yeah. I've been a smidgen spendy today when I shouldn't have. So if I can be sensible over this weekend would be really good. But I am making money back. My sister is selling some clothes and some shoes and bits for me, and some coats. There's now another one to add to the mix because that one arrived and it fits really fitted and doesn't show up because of the bust. Hence why I'm making a coat. So yeah, so I tried 2 second-hand coats. 3 if you count the one earlier in the year. None of them have worked, so I'm going with a homemade coat. Is it in reality now, if you count the fabric, the lining fabric, the contrast fabric, the thing, and the pattern, it's at the moment about £120. But I love the joys of homemade coats. It's I'd have to pay a lot of money to try and find something that's broad-shouldered but a bit slimmer in the body. Otherwise everything I just have to buy in a size or 2 bigger for my broad shoulders and bigger bust. So at least with a pattern I can customise it, so I can cut a pattern for bigger shoulders but then also follow a pattern that's a bit smaller, so I can adjust it and have it go in a bit so it doesn't feel quite so huge basically. Because at least then I can cut smaller size arms and the arms fit more like I want them to and all that. So yeah, and I can be really specific and really fussy. And where else am I going to find a rainbow tartan with pink innards and starry night, you know, constellation lining fabric in a historical style coat? Not really. I mean, that coat I think is really nice, you know, 20s 30s vibes, but also go back as far as like 19 teens in the when they'd have like the more slimmed down dresses and interesting pockets vibes, that kind of bit of the 19 teens and the Edwardian kind of style, I think is, yeah, what it kind of crosses. It's, yeah, 19 teens into early 1920s vibes, which I love that period of fashion, especially the 19 teens from like 19, you know, basically 1906, 1908 to like 1919, 1922, 23, early 20s. Not everything was, you know, as people perceive as flapper dresses. There was, you know, wonderful little cross bits of fashion history which I love, and I could rant on for ages. So yeah, so I love the 19 teens. Is my favourite fashion period to look at for things, skirt shapes, pocket shapes, jacket shapes, collars, hats. They've so many cool things. So yeah, if I could get away with wearing historical costumes, I would, but I can't. I do have some bits that I do want to do, but yeah, you know, it's a fine line, and yeah, I kind of cross it in places, but I thought this coat is perfection. But it will be expensive, but then again, it is, I wear it every day. A coat is an important garment. You own it for years. The only reason I got rid of my old one was because it literally was too big for me and I couldn't fix it. So yeah, it's a necessary, especially in the UK. It needs to be warm, it needs to be a bit waterproof, it needs to be, for me, colourful, but also fits me right. Yeah, no, so there's lots of tick lists, you know, so yeah. So last time my purple coat fabric was a Christmas present, so that's the level it was. It was my main big thing I got, was coat fabric for Christmas, and even then I found it cheaper than it normally would be, and because I ordered bulk, because I got like 6 meters of it, I got a bit more off. This time I've got 4 meters. And we're going to see how we do with 4 meters, because it's not as voluminous as the other coat, and I do have the contrast colour, so I've got stuff to play with, and I'm not perfectionist on pattern matching, you know, it's fine if something's slightly jaunty, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, but there we go. So have I spent money today? Yes. Technically I got the cardigan last night, but you know what I mean. It's just, yeah. It feels a bit like I'm being very frivolous, but I'm not. And I know I'm not. But yeah, my trouble is I feel everything I do is frivolous. And that's just something I'm working on. You know. I am being good though. I've not went to Aldi and bought any wool or yarn, because all their wool and yarn came out today, and I'm like, oh, could go get this, could go get that, oh my god, they got this, oh, that looks nice, and I'm like, nope, don't need it. I'm working through all the stuff I've got. I'm trying to make Christmas presents. I've got a tablet coming tomorrow that I'm paying for in the next few months. So yeah, so I think I'm good. I have been looking at crochet apps to download. I'm gonna find out the name of Ryan's drawing app and get that, you know, all kinds of bits. So yeah, so, and also it will just be nice to, it sounds like you have the option for like little cozy gaming kind of things and all that kind of stuff, so I think will be nice. I do have a Switch, I do Animal Crossing, but I haven't for a while. And you know that you put it off because you know you've got loads to do in it. And I was part way through redoing my island, and I'm like, oh, why? So yeah, so I think what I need is something new. So that's where I might buy the Happy Home extension, maybe as a Christmas thing to myself. Because right, it doesn't Christmas present for me. I'll buy my own. As you know, if you were here for last year. Yeah, so I might buy the extension for Christmas, then I can learn new skills and use them in my own island, which then gives it into something new to do. But yeah, so there we go. But it's just weird guilt, and I hate weird guilt when I know it's for something that is so sensible, like a long, warm, colourful coat that fits my needs and fits my body in a way that I will feel comfortable in it. You know, kid's having a proper Great Showman moment. I think he's listening to that. But yeah, but there we go. So I'm going to crack on with crocheting some more of that sock. Probably, hopefully we'll get it done, just not the heel. I always put the heels off till last. I do the whole of 2 socks and then I figure out the heel and just copy and paste and do the same thing twice. It's just not very fun. So yeah. But yeah, so I had hot lunch, went to move for dinner. Felt a bit queasy today. This afternoon just a bit, not quite. So yeah, just not hungry. I had a fish finger sandwich for lunch, so I had cereal, I had a fish finger sandwich, and I had a couple of Milky Way crispy rolls because I'm an adult. My corner shop sells them. I got myself a little treat for getting meds and a parcel yesterday. But yeah, so there we go. So all good. But yeah, just not quite. My face looks so horrendous in this light as well. I just look like shit. But I think tomorrow I get a new bit of tech, so that'll be fun to play with and figure out and add things and yeah, get patterns on it so I can use it how I want to use it, as you know, a pattern screen and all that kind of fun stuff. And take pictures out of one of the crochet books I've got out of the library that's got loads of charts in it, so then I can use the chart on my tablet and then use it to crochet things. And then I'm going to try and learn some tapestry crochet and like repeat motifs these are. So yeah, so it'll be really fun. And then I can get some more crochet books at the library, you know, all good. But in the meantime, I am gonna just chill with YouTube. If I want something small to eat later I might, but I don't think I will. It's already it's now 8:30 and I am not in the slightest bit hungry. So I have been living on Dr. Pepper though today, so that's been my naughty treat. So yeah, but all good. I hope you're doing well and I hope your week is going well. Yeah, but brain things. I wish I didn't feel stomach twisty guilt over spending money on fabric. I still haven't been fabric shopping in London. I've got what I need. I've got specifics for specific projects, but still, brains. Who'd have them? On that fine note, I'll catch up with you beautiful lot tomorrow. Should be getting new tech tomorrow, and we'll see what level of noise and destruction we have, courtesy of balcony walls. Bye. Hello, happy Friday. It's Friday afternoon. Just gone, oh sorry, that was a horrible click. Just gone 1:30. I've had a productive morning. I learned late last night that Eurostar tickets had been released. For, I think it was up to May, June. For a good chunk of next year, the Eurostar tickets have been released. So, of course, they are at their cheapest now. So, yeah. So I messaged my mum, knowing she'll see it when she wakes up, and said, hi, Eurostar tickets have been released. I'm going to phone up in the morning and get them booked and done, because it is the one thing I procrastinate on every single trip, and it ends up costing me like £400. And yeah, it's usually as much as where we're staying or more, because I procrastinate. So this year, this trip, I'm not going to. So yeah, phoned up, took a little while to get through, got there in the end. The most lovely lady, B, helped me. We got tickets booked. She got the assistants booked, because yeah, I know I didn't on my last trip, but on this next trip I will go through the breakdown of how much I paid, what to do, how to book, for bits and pieces for a Paris trip if you have additional needs or need assistance with bits and pieces. So yeah, I will, you know, do a video on that. It's now a bit too far out from April to do one about April's, but I can just add it in the experience pot of I've done X amount of these trips now, this is how I go about it. Because I remember one of you asked for me to do a breakdown of bits, and I can list what we need, what we use, what proof we have, how I book stuff, all that fun stuff. So yeah, so I can be more prepared for it this time round. For yeah, that. But yeah, got all that booked in, paid for. Got the companion ticket rate, which was great. So yeah, £175.50 for me and my mum for both there and back. And oh, B, the lovely lady who was an absolute rock star, decided, and I'll explain how it's my mum's first trip. She complimentary upgraded us for coming back. She said, do you think you'll be tired? I'm like, we'll be knackered. And she's like, okay, I'm going to upgrade you on us. And yeah, so we get to go in the next level up. We're at Eurostar Plus, and we get a meal, and we get, you know, unlimited drinks and alcoholic drinks, which is really cool. So yeah, that's amazing. Made my mum cry with it. It was so sweet. So yeah, and actually she's emailed with the assistants, and she's even emailed a link and said, when you go near Saint Chapelle, maybe here's a lovely restaurant you might want to take your mum to. And she's given me a restaurant recommendation. So when the thing just came through for rating my thing, I have rated her as high as you can on everything. She was beyond amazing. So yeah, so very happy, got all that done and got it at the cheaper rates. And yeah, as per me and my mum are going halves. She's going to pay for her tickets, I'll pay for mine. So yeah, so she's going to pay me the money back for that. When she gets paid in a few weeks, which is cool. I started this sock while I was on the phone, and I've been just working on it since. This is the second sock. As you know, I got the first one done yesterday, minus the heel. Working on the second sock. So yeah, so I would have, hopefully by tonight, done them both the heels and woven in all the ends. There is a finished Christmas present, which is amazing, and I might even start on a second pair of socks, just because if I plough through the 3 pairs of socks I've got to make, then I know no matter what, everyone is getting a pair of handmade socks for Christmas. So that would be really cool to get those done and off my jobs list. I'm currently, while we're being realistic, resisting the urge to go out. My brain wants to go out so bad. It's decided, oh, we could go a few towns over and go look round there, Sainsbury's, Home Bargains, we'll go to Lidl. Oh look, we've got some freebies in Lidl, we should go there. I'm like, for the bus fare and then all the money I'll spend looking at things, buying things I don't need, it's not worth it. So yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, at the moment my brain is properly dopamine chasing things and spending, and I don't like it when it does it, but yeah, it's just in that kind of mood and mode. So yeah, so I'm realistically, I don't need to. We have so many things here. I do not need to go food shopping. But yeah, it's always a safe well, we always need food, so we can always go food shopping. That's a safe option to always need to go out. But I don't need to go food shopping. So yeah, so currently resisting and yeah, retraining the brain in listening that we don't need things. So yeah. I didn't get round to doing any soup prep last night because I just felt weirdly queasy and odd, and yeah, just not quite. I'll probably do it today. Rise went out to the workshop. His printer's being a bit fussy, so yeah, but it's not just him, it's quite a few other people, so I think it's a system issue. So yeah, just waiting for an upgrade to update to happen for that. But he's very chill. So yeah, so he's off to the workshop to go do bits there today, while his printer is being a bit stubborn. Yeah, we've already had workmen this morning. They've started work on demoing the bricks. So yeah, got that done and dusted. A good chunk of that, but of course it's Friday, they always end early on Fridays, just, you know, a given in workmen. So yeah, but no, I've got loads to sew, I've got loads to be doing at home. I've got, although it says my tablet it was yesterday, it said it was due to be delivered today. It's not showing it quite yet, but then again that can change, so I don't know. Could be delivered today, could be delivered tomorrow, hence why I don't need to go out. I've got enough shiny new things coming in the post, we're all good. I need to print out the coat pattern. I need to print out a frog bag pattern that I could work on. I've got at least 2 sewing projects I can think of that I want to do. On top of that, I want to make my rainbow bloomers, and I've got the William Morris skirt. I sort of cut them apart and then sewed them together to make them like Harlequin style. So yes, I want to get them sewn together because they will be very fun and very autumnal and go lovely with jumpers and bits and pieces. So yeah, so I've just got so many things. I need to ignore the little bit of my brain that's like, but if we buy things, we will be okay. And it's like, stop it. Going out isn't going to make us feel any better. We've got the quiet background headache going. Had it for a few days now. I just feel a bit ropey. And yeah, just don't need to. But you know, when your brain's like, just find any solution. So that is what it's trying to do, is find a solution, even if it is not the right one. But in reality, what I need to do is chill at home, wait for my parcels, and I think basically crochet socks this weekend. I want to try and get 2 pairs of socks done. This is pair number 1. I want to get another pair of socks done. That is my aim for this weekend. I have got a crochet vlog I need to finish editing, add all the additional info, like any patterns and links and stuff, and add that, and then get that edited and uploaded. So then this weekend I think will be might be a double upload weekend. I'll put a video up Saturday and a video up Sunday. So I'll do the weekly vlog Saturday and the crochet vlog Sunday. I have started the second one. So yeah. But yeah, so there we go. I need to do obviously housework as well this weekend, but that's just evil necessaries. But again, if I get them done, then I can do some nice things like baking, and of course maybe make another soup. So yeah, I might work on the baked potato soup, because I've got obviously sour cream in the fridge, I've got bacon, and I've got potatoes and carrots. I can use up the carrots in that. So yeah, so if I roast all the potatoes today, it means I can be prepped for one soup and definitely make another one. So yeah, that will be probably happening today, is at least prepping, so then ready to make some soup tomorrow. But yeah, but apart from that, all is good. Feeling pretty good and chuffed with all the bits that are happening. I've actually, that was wrong, Charles, you're not paying attention. So it went from the bottom bit to the decorative front and I didn't change over. But yeah, I feel pretty good about how I've actually stuck to stuff this week. Other things I haven't, but you know, we're not perfect. But I have made lots of fun new craft plans this week. Obviously I've been busy with soup making plans and doing them. I have made plans to make a winter coat this week, you know, and getting all the supplies for that, and figuring out patterns and fabric and all that. which I'm very happy with still. So yeah, so in fact that is being that has been processed and ordered and all the good stuff, and that is being picked up by a courier today, the email said. So it shouldn't be too long till I have that. I'm just waiting for the rest of the coat fabric to come from eBay. The only other one I'm waiting on, because the random 1 meter was from Etsy. So yeah, so I've got the majority of the coat fabric coming from eBay, and then with the lining fabric is coming the contrast and the interfacing, which I'll need. The only thing I haven't bought, because I think I will not know what I want until I've finished it, is buttons. It needs 3 big buttons, and I did while I was, after I'd, you know, looked at bought the pattern and stuff, I just typed in, you know, large rainbow buttons, and there are some really cool buttons on there, like plasticky ones, but they're filled with like iridescent glitter and shiny bits and rainbow stars, and yeah, there are some really cool buttons that I think would go really well with the fabric, but I don't think I'm going to know what I want till it's finished. I think I want something a bit more than fabric covered buttons, I do know that. So yeah, but apart from that, diddo. So yeah, that's the only thing I will not order till after the coat is actually made, is the buttons to finish it, because then I will have more of an idea once it is a solid garment. But yeah, so this weekend's plans are, yeah, a bit of sewing on, I think I'll try and get this William Morris skirt done, because it is pretty much done. If I pull it out from my works in progress bag, there it is. It is all sewn together. Let's turn you this way a bit. Ignore the size of it, it is 2 skirts sewn together. So yeah, so it's like that one side, like that the other. I basically just cut them in half and sewn them together, sewn the linings together, and what I just need to do is put some elastic through the whole thing and then sew up where each bit connects. But obviously some are just looser threads, so I need to like burn the edges and probably hand sew these together before I put the elastic through. Otherwise it's only going to be elastic in each little quadrant, and I want to just do it as a whole, front or back, or the whole thing would be preferable. But yeah, only one bit, I think the front and the back of the skirt, the ones that have actually got seams on part of it. So yeah, or no, on each side one bit is seamed. Here we are, this bit's double seamed. But yeah, so it will be really cool when it's done, because then it'll all gather up even more, and on top of being pleated it will be very gathered, so have loads of swoosh and bits. But yeah, one is the honeysuckle, and then there is the strawberry. No, I don't think it's got the bird in it, but yeah, and then that pattern. So yeah, so it will be really cool when it's done and very unique. Those are the 2 William Morris skirts I got from Vinted last summer. Yeah, and we're a bit tight, so yeah, so I think that's the sewing project I'm going to try and get finished. And yeah, homemade soup we're going to make. So yeah, I might film a mini weekend vlog of, you know, sewing, soup, you know, crochet. But then again, I might just take my time, because there is a crochet vlog going up, so, and I am feeling a little bit run down, so I might just take it easy this weekend and do stuff as and when I want to for myself. So if all I get done like this weekend, say, is hand sewing together the waistband bits that I needed, that's really good progress, because then it means when I'm feeling more fit and up for it, I can do the elastic and sew all the elastic in, and yeah, get all that fine finishing done on it. But for now, a little bit of hand sewing might be really great. So for now, oh, email, submitted parcel, Ryan socks. The last of them finally got posted, so yeah, but there we go. So but yeah, I'm going to carry on working on this. This has got a couple more rows left for the main foot bit, and then I'm working onto the ankle bit once I've added the connector for the heel. It's just a large long chain really is the heel bit, and then you work on a heel to ankle. Makes sense when you're doing them. So but yeah, so but no, I'm enjoying crocheting socks. It's very therapeutic and very repetitive, but oh, I do like that kind of crafting sometimes, you know. But it's challenging enough that it's a bit different and changes up, and I do have to count, so it's not quite as monotonous as the jumper, which is just the same thing over and over and over in a circle. It is the same thing over and over, but because it's so little, it doesn't feel like it's taken so long. So I think that's where it's helping. So but yeah, but I think in reality I need to go have something really quite gutsy to eat. I'm hungry. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna go make myself a sandwich for some lunch. And yeah, I think this is probably where I'm gonna finish off this weekly vlog. I hope it's alright. Apologies if it's not the longest. It's probably still going to be an hour and something because I have rambled to you this week. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And there will be a crochet vlog coming up. And I think judging by my headache I've got going, I don't think I'm going to film this weekend. I'm going to have this weekend just as I will show you all the goodies I do on Monday. So yeah, so, and obviously because there is now no huge impending big stresses this week, it should be a bit nicer. So yeah, but for now I'm going to plough on crocheting, getting some Christmas presents done this weekend, and yeah, stocking up my freezer with some lovely home comforts. And yeah, that's kind of been what this week has been, full of home comforts and just, yeah, niceys. It's been the need of a fuzzy jackets, nice warm things, and warming from the inside. So there we go. But now I hope you're doing well, and I will catch up with you beautiful people in my next video after this. And yeah, I will see you later. Bye.